What's going on, Baby Doge Army? So right now we're just gonna do a price prediction here for Baby Doge, but it'll be a short-term price prediction. Usually I do the long-term ones. We'll have another long-term price prediction. We'll recalculate it for different things like burns. But for right now, what we're gonna do is the short-term prediction, right? Anyways, hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section, all that good stuff. Definitely check out the link in the description if you want these automated trading indicators from Chart Prime. But let's talk about the short-term price prediction for Baby Doge. Now, one of the biggest things here with the short-term price prediction is this resistance line that we're actually about to go to right now. And that's because, like I mentioned in the previous video, our lows just keep getting, our highs keep getting lower. Lows are getting lower too. But yeah, our highs are really getting lower. And it's really prevalent if you actually look at it. Every single time our highs drop, remember, it goes down a few different levels here on the Fibonacci. So you can see at the first here, it's all the way up here at 8C1388, right? And that's 8 zeros after the decimal place. So 8Z1388. And this was on September 3rd. And it's kind of important because that's September 3rd of this year. And then you also look, the next time we have a all-time high, our next high, right? Our next lower high was around the 9th of September of this year. And then we hit that same all-time high again on the 9th. So typically we hit our new lower highs twice before it drops again. If you look at it again here, the 9th of July of this year, we hit the same previous high, and that's of the lower highs. And this is actually pretty important because if we keep doing it this same exact way, you can see here we hit it once, right? And then we'll pull back down again, possibly down to 9Z9 or a little bit lower to where it's like 9Z9 flat, like 9Z900 at the bottom of that momentum wave band here. If it hits all the way down there and then gets right back up here again to about 8Z11, right? Because that's where really what it's looking like here. Right now we're at 8Z1069, but let's say it gets around 8Z10 again or 8Z11. That'll be the second time it hits that resistance, and then from there is when we're going to create a new lower high, which I predict will more so be around 9Z9, like around this price here. So 9Z9 is looking like a good stable area for Baby Doge for the short term price prediction. But then if you want to go ahead and make it a little bit further, like go a little bit deeper into it, I believe 9Z7 is where we're going to be ending up until, the next bull market, which is April of next year. So April of next year is going to be about the next bull market because the Bitcoin halving. So that's pretty much how it's going to happen. Going into the New Year's, January and February, we're going to have some nice pumps going into January and February, pull back a little bit, and then going into March and April is going to increase because that's when the Bitcoin halving is. So going into next year in general, into the New Year's, is going to be that increase for the Bitcoin price. And this is pretty accurate so far. But if you look at it, we're even seeing right now as we rise here with Bitcoin, we're about to get rejected again at the same resistance that we keep getting rejected at. So if we get rejected at this resistance here for Bitcoin, we're going down to 25K Bitcoin. Right now we're at 28K Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down to 25K, we essentially see Baby Doge go down to 9Z7. And that's why I'm looking at 9Z7 here, because it looks like Bitcoin's going to get rejected. We're also about to get rejected at our resistance. So if we do get rejected at this resistance, continue downwards, we're going down to 9Z7 regardless. So when we're looking over here at Bitcoin, Bitcoin looks like it's about to get rejected. So if Bitcoin does get rejected here, and let me draw this little circle here, that's right here, then we're going down to 25K. So if we go down to 25K Bitcoin, what else could happen from there? We could go a little bit lower. Now, this is October, November, and December. These are the only 3 months that we're really looking at for the short-term prediction. And the reason why I say that is because we can't really look at January and February. Remember, people have New Year's resolutions. Companies start to re-strategize their money, tax purposes. People are doing different things. Like a lot of things go on in the New Year's from January to February. And a lot of money typically goes into crypto and financial markets in general going from January to February. You could actually see it back here that going into this New Year's, we had a nice pump. We had a nice pump coming into the New Year's, right? And then if you look back here for the previous year, it was increasing by a little bit, right? It went all the way down here from about 34.9K going into February all the way up here to 44K. So we've seen an increase in the price for there as well. Like historically, if you look at the prices for crypto, you could generally see January and February are generally the times where we increase in price. And then it continues to increase March to April. And then the later half of the year, we generally start to lose the money. So what I'm going to be seeing here is probably going to be the same thing, where we're seeing, Bitcoin going down right now leading up to January and February. We see Bitcoin going down to 24, 25K, possibly down to 20K. Then what do we see with Baby Doge? We see Baby Doge going down to 9Z7. If Bitcoin goes down to 20K, that's when you want to start looking at 9Z5. And that is unforeseen territory. That's the territory nobody wants to see. But we could go down to 9Z5 if Bitcoin goes down to 20K. So you definitely want to pay attention to that. It's a possibility. I'm not saying it's 100% going to happen. Like I said, none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You must take your own advice in your own movements, or you should find you a financial advisor, because I'm not that. But like I'm saying, this is just what I believe personally is about to happen here. I've been following these prices a lot. If we look at what happens in Bitcoin, typically always like this, and we're having a Bitcoin halving, so it's probably still going to follow the same route that we're talking about here. But yeah, Baby Doge has been doing decent though, up 6.7% in the last 24 hours. That's because we dropped all the way down to the 9Z95 inside of Baby Doge. And since we dropped down that low, and then we had a huge increase in people buying. And that's why it's good if we go down to 9Z5 or 9Z7. I want to say 9Z7 is more realistic than 9Z5, by the way. Like 9Z5 is we're really crashing. Like I think 9Z7 is probably going to be where we stop at. But that's just me personally. Now, 9Z5 is just like a draft, right? But yeah, 9Z7 I would say is where we're going to end up stopping here with Baby Doge. But it could go to 9Z5. That's why I said 9Z5. If it goes below 9Z7, you best believe 9Z5 is coming in. But the reason why I said that this is a good thing is because when it gets down this low, just like we've seen today, and like leading from the 3rd of this month, or the 13th, like the 13th of October, all the way up till now, the 16th, in 3 days, we had all that increased purchasing here for Baby Doge, because like people want to buy when it's low. They see the buying opportunities. They see the discounts. And that's kind of what happens when we go down to 9Z7 and 9Z5. That's why it's a good thing, because it's a buying opportunity. It's a discount. People are more likely to get in when there's discounts, and smart money is more likely to get in when there's discounts. You also have to take into account Baby Doge has a 10% tax. Like if you're buying at 10% tax, it's basically 20% tax, 10% buy, 10% sell. The big money, the smart money is not buying on centralized exchanges to get rid of the tax, because they know centralized exchanges aren't secure. We've just now seen the previous hack where Baby Doge holders lost over like $3 million or something like that for the previous hack holding on a centralized exchange. Like smart money knows you hold on DeFi exchanges. And if you're doing that, if you're holding on a DeFi wallet, you're paying that 10% tax. So it's going to be basically 20% tax. So why would you buy it when it's at its peak, when you can wait until it's all the way down here, 9Z7, and buy it? Because you're losing 20%. Right out the gate, you're losing 10%. And then on the back end, you're losing another 10%. So that's 20%. So the reason why I'm saying this, let's go ahead and take the calculator out. Yep, we're doing the math. For these prediction videos, the Baby Doge price predictions, it's tradition that we do some math. So let's do this. So look, we take $1,000 and divide this by 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's 9 zeros. And we're going to say 7. 9Z7. So that's million, billion, trillion. That's 1.4 trillion Baby Doge. Now, we also got to go ahead and I'm going to do something way different here. Look, I'm going to copy our coins, right? And then I'm going to multiply this by 0.2. If I do that, this is what we're taking away, right? We're taking this away because this is the 20%. So we're losing 285 billion Baby Doge if we're going in on a DeFi exchange, if we're smart money, we don't want to be on centralized exchanges with our crypto. I'm just being honest. It's not safe. Not safe at all. But anyways, we're taking away 285 billion baby doge off of our $1,000. Now, let's go ahead and put this here. This is why I copied it, because now we're going to go ahead and subtract that by our coins. So now we're really left with 1.1 billion coins. This is how much we're left with. We're left our trillion. We're left with 1,142,857,142,856 coins. Okay. So if we're left with this many coins, and I feel like we're in a math section here, we're gonna multiply this by 61, which is our long-term price. Right? This is a short-term price prediction, but we need to know what's possible in the long term. That's $1,000. This is after all baby doge taxes, after the 20% tax. Now, it's not after your country tax, your income tax for your country, or your state tax, whatever you have. I have income taxes for the United States. The capital gains is like 38%. So I'll be at the 38% tax bracket there. But I have some business write-offs for that. But what we're talking about here is the baby doge tax. This is $114,000 made off of $1,000, right? And this is after the 20% tax. So we're not looking at the 20% tax. This is after the 20% tax. $1,000 turned into $114,000. Now, I think 2025 is probably going to be the year that we could reach 61. I know a lot of people want to see it inside of 2024. It's possible. It's possible. But I'm saying worst case scenario, we got to wait till 2025. Boo hoo, right? You got to wait till 2025. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, 2024. But yeah, that is the possibilities that can happen here. Now, if you had $10,000, well, you would have $1.1 million. So you see how it just keeps increasing. Yeah, $100,000. Well, now you're just gonna make a lot of money, right? 11 million. So yeah, there's a lot of potential here. A lot of potential here. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this financial advice. Just showing a short-term price prediction of us going down to 9Z7. I just had to put a spin on that and show the long-term price prediction. So just had to do that. I'll do a whole video where we talk about the long-term price prediction, but this is just what I wanted to do and do a technical analysis as well. But let me know what you guys think about this. Go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. If you want these automated trading indicators with these momentum wave bands, which actually discovered the supports here very easily, it discovered the price action and showed the price action is going to reverse when it hits the green momentum wave band. That means that we're going to have more of volume of buying coming in. So the price action reverses into an upward momentum. As we get the red momentum wave bands, that's showing that we have less momentum. We have less buying, which means we're about to have selling, which then brings us down lower. And that's kind of how I do my technical analysis, because I use the automated indicators along with Fibonacci retracements, along with price action theory. I use also a stock RSI on, you know, trading view here. So yeah, if you want to learn different trading strategies, you can definitely check out the Patreon link in the description, for the Crypto Millionaires Patreon if you want to join that. Or if you just want the automated trading indicators, then you can also go ahead and look at the Chart Prime link in the description. Either one. But anyways, as always, I'll be back with another video.